To speak against the wrong or corrupt activities of a person who openly does wrong and does not care what people think of it is not regarded as a gheebat. However, to disclose other things about him which are not evident will be regarded as backbiting. It has been mentioned in the Hadith Sharif, there is no gheebat of a person who has removed the stole of modesty from his face. If a person seeks the advice of someone about a certain person and he discloses the shortcomings or wrongs of the person in question, it will not be regarded as backbiting. It has been mentioned in the Hadith Sharif that the one from whom advice is sought is an Amin, means a custodian of truth. Thus, for him not to divulge the wrongs of the said person will be regarded as khiyanat, means a betrayal of trust. An example of this is when one intends to marry someone or he wishes to marry his child, means son or daughter, etc., to someone, and he mentions this is to someone and asks their opinion in the said matter. Then in such a situation, it is not gheebat for the person who is being asked to mention whatever he knows about the one in question. Similarly, if one wishes to enter into a partnership with someone in a business, etc., or if he wishes to entrust something to someone, or if he wishes to reside next door to someone, and he asks the opinion of someone regarding him, then if the person who is being asked discloses the wrongs of the person in question, it will not be regarded as backbiting. To disclose the corruptness of the budmazhabs who hide their corrupt beliefs, such as the Rafidis who use deception, and many of the Wahhabis of today who hide their Wahhabism and claim to be Sunnis, yet when they get the opportunity they discreetly propagate their corrupt ways, is not gheebat. Since by disclosing and unveiling their corrupt beliefs, one is saving the people from their craftiness and deceit. If such a person does not hide his corrupt beliefs, but he publicly declares them, then too it will not be regarded as gheebat to speak out against him, as he is now in the category of those who openly confess to evil doings. To complain against the repression of someone to the relevant authority is not regarded as gheebat. For example, if one complains that a certain person has oppressed him and used high-handedness against him, so that the authority may meter out justice and be impartial. Similarly, when presenting an istifta, means a religious query, before a mufti, if one speaks against anyone by saying that a certain person did such and such a thing to me, and what is the manner for me to be protected from him. However, in this situation, it is better not to mention the actual name. One should rather say a certain person behaved in such a manner with a certain person. Actually, one should interpret the situation by using the names of Zaid and Amr, which is the common manner that is used in istiftas nowadays. However, if one does take the actual name of the person, it is still regarded as permissible. There is no harm in this, just as it has been mentioned in the Hadith Sharif that Hind complained to Rasulullah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam regarding Abu Sufyan radiallahu ta'ala anhu, mentioning that he was very miserly and that he did not give her enough provisions to suffice for her and her children, unless she took some without his knowledge. Huzur Akram sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam said to her, "You may take an amount that is appropriate and sufficient for you and your children." One form of permissibility is to disclose the shortcoming in something that is to be sold. For example, if a person intended to sell a slave and he has certain faults in him, in other words, if he is a thief or an adulterer, then in such a case, it is permissible to disclose this fault to the buyer. Similarly, if one sees that the buyer is giving fake or counterfeit money to the seller, then one may inform the seller of this act of his.